Hello everyone, I'm Mike Justice. It's Friday, April 17th, 2009. In this week's Beaker Beat, the FDA fires off stern warning letters to some pharma companies, sending shockwaves through the industry. We'll tell you why they're so angry. Plus, two industry giants join forces against a common foe, who they are and what they're fighting. And Viva Viagra indeed. Some free promotional items get a rise out of Viagra maker Pfizer. Those stories and more on this week's edition of Beaker Beat. So remember when you were a kid and you did something wrong and your parents would say, "Don't do that." And then you would ask, "Why not?" And they would say, "Because I said so." Well, it's kind of what's happening between the FDA, mom and dad, and the pharma industry, those unruly children. Last week, the FDA sent out warning letters to 14 companies regarding their search engine advertising practices. Now, it's a complicated issue, but there are a couple of key sticking points. One is the process of bidding for keywords used to boost small text ads higher up the search ladder. Another is the practice of redirecting consumers who click on a search result. Now, the FDA is concerned about protecting consumers from abuse or getting bad information. The industry claims the government needs to offer better guidance on this issue and that the FDA needs to show some leadership. It's clear this issue has a ways to go before resolution, but for now, it is what it is because the FDA said so.
Wonder Twin powers activate!
Well, they may not be fictional superheroes, but two industry giants are getting together, joining forces to fight a common foe. GlaxoSmithKline and Pfizer have joined forces in the battle against HIV, merging their current products and pipelines into a new specialist HIV company. GSK will hold 85% of the company, while Pfizer will hold 15%. As GSK CEO Andrew Whitty said of the deal, "Today, we own 100% of a pipeline with 3 assets in it. Tomorrow, we'll own 85% of a pipeline with somewhere between 5 and 7 assets in it." The deal is also meant to reduce cost for both companies.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
This could become a habit. AstraZeneca has won another legal battle to block a generic version of its best-selling drug, Pulmicort. This time it was generic drug maker Apotex that was told to knock off the knockoffs. Last fall, the same U.S. judge barred Teva from making their copycat version of Pulmicort. In that case, the two companies settled the dispute. Teva can start selling its generic version starting in December. They will pay royalties to AZ. Now, to give you an idea of what's at stake here, last year in the U.S. alone, sales of Pulmicort reached nearly $1 billion. And finally today, it was a pressing question on everyone's mind. Do Irish doctors prefer boxers or briefs? Well, we have our answer. Thanks to a mistaken promotional item sent out by Pfizer, Irish doctors prefer boxers. Pfizer, of course, makes Viagra, and somehow somebody sent some free Viagra boxer gifts to some doctors in Ireland. And the company, embarrassed by this, has apologized and even offered to pay postage for the return of the items. But they do have a sense of humor in Ireland. Many docs have decided to keep the shorts. One general practitioner said he hadn't had such a good laugh at a time when there weren't many opportunities to do so, while another said she had no intention of returning the item and only regretted that a Viagra equivalent for women wasn't on the market. Now, giving gifts has been banned here in the U.S. Pfizer claims they will conduct an internal investigation on what happened. Now, the interesting thing about this is, while this may have been a mistake, Pfizer could very well get more ad mileage out of this than had they rehashed another old Elvis song with a bunch of guys sitting around by the fireplace. As they say in the ad business, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to check back next Friday and every Friday for the latest edition of Beaker Beat. I'm Mike Justice. Thanks for watching.